You are listening to the Fantasy Football Friends Forever podcast. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe button, and make sure to turn on the notifications. Good day, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Fantasy Football Friends Forever. Mad Max here, alongside Pistol Pete. Can't wait to kick off this new season here of Fantasy Football. It's our first full year on the content train for you guys. We've got a pretty good lined up episode for you, and we're going to do kind of a series of divisions. So we're going to break down every division for you, offseason moves, additions, coaching changes, and just kind of like the fantasy implications of all of that for you. So we're going to start with the AFC North. That's going to be our first episode. Can't wait. Pete's dove into it. Pete's ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
Who are you starting off with?
Actually pretty pumped. I'm starting off with Baltimore.
All right. Defending champs.
They did well.
They were the third favorites last year. Third favorites to win the division, and I thought they were a shoo-in. But
I think they're going to be a shoo-in this season, honestly. Their draft, I mean, first round, I know we're not doing the NFC North right now. Won't talk about my Packers yet. But Patrick Queen, that inside linebacker, stud from LSU.
Oh, yeah. Can't miss prospect.
No. People are like, oh, he's a little undersized. I don't care. Guy goes sideline to sideline.
Yeah.
And they never replaced C.J. Mosley. Like, they got ran over by Derrick Henry in that playoff game.
So they have any, big coaching changes this offseason?
Honestly, I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so.
Pretty much the same staff?
Pretty much the same. I just love their I love J.K. Dobbins, too.
Yeah, that was a big... I liked him coming out of Ohio State.
I almost like any running back in that offense.
Yeah, you got one more year left on Mark Ingram. So.
Yeah, 30. He'll be gone after this year.
Yeah.
I mean, and he got hurt last year. Like, their rushing attack went downhill when he got banged up.
So who did they lose? I guess is the real question. Did they lose anybody really even that key?
Not really.
So
no.
they added J.K. Dobbins in the draft. Did they add anybody through free agency?
Claytis Campbell.
Oh, that's nice.
That's a nice pickup.
Yeah.
Like, their D-line, they needed the help. They actually didn't have, too many sacks last year.
Okay.
For Baltimore. And I just and they added a nice slot receiver from Texas, Devin Duvernay. Ran a 4.39 40.
So he's a slot corner?
Slot receiver. Outside of Hollywood Brown,
yeah,
they had no production, from the wide receivers last year.
I mean, they pretty much used the two tight end set. They were using Hurst and Andrews all year. I mean, Hurst is gone now.
Yeah, that's. I guess you could say that's a little bit of a loss. But.
Yeah, I mean, he was kind of used, but they definitely needed some help as far as receiver goes. Add a little more speed. Yeah. So they're really going to stretch it out, it looks like. And then, I mean, they're gonna be a rushing attack.
Oh, yeah.
That's why they went and got Dobbins.
Yeah, I mean, that backfield, though, man, you got Ingram, Dobbins, Justice Hill, and Gus Edwards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, so what, as far as, the fantasy outlook now, I mean, obviously Lamar Jackson, top quarterback, duh.
Yeah.
That's not changing.
That's not changing.
What do you think as far as... So running back, what are your thoughts as far as Mark Ingram, J.K. Dobbins?
When I'm drafting, I want J.K. Dobbins.
You're drafting J.K. Dobbins this year?
It just depends. I mean, it depends if you're in a keeper league. I don't know, Dynasty. I mean, Dynasty is a shoo-in, but even if you're not in a keeper league, I'm drafting J.K. Dobbins. I just think he's talented enough to take over.
Yeah, I think it's a great scheme fit. He's a between the tackles runner, so he's got some of that Mark Ingram to him. He's got a little wiggle, so I do like the fit. My thing, Ingram's been in the system, so I could just see Dobbins, but Dobbins could easily just take over. That's kind of one of those. It's one of those watch and see what happens kind of thing.
I just think J.K. Dobbins, you take he's not going to be a high draft pick in fantasy, I don't believe, just because of the situation.
And even, Ingram was a very hit or miss, too, last year.
Yeah, and he's hurt a lot. I mean, I could see him missing a few games.
Yeah.
But...
And as far as receiver,
I mean, it's just Mark Andrews, Hollywood Brown, I think it's still the same.
Do you think any values were affected, or do you think everyone's kind of...
I think it's just kind of chalk, honestly. Besides, I mean, I just really think J.K. Dobbins, that guy can
He's a ball
do
player.
some
I
damage.
liked
I liked him outside of or out of Ohio State too.
It's a good running back class.
State. I mean, it's really good. It's underrated.
Yeah.
I know everyone talks about the receivers, but running back class is solid. Not bad.
All right. So moving on, you got them winning the division?
Yeah, I've got them winning the division. Like I think I was looking up at Vegas odds. I think their win total's like either 11 or half or 12.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I'm slamming the over.
Yep. All right. So you got Bengals next, or you got
Cleveland?
Talking Cleveland next.
Cleveland.
With the hype kind of build on the Bengals, but
I've got all.
Is this in order of your finish?
No, it's not. I don't know. Like, I know Cleveland was such a letdown last year. I mean, even fantasy wise, but I like what they did. They drafted a tackle, like Jarek Willis Jr. out of Alabama. The guy's just
solid.
He's solid. And Baker was sacked like a big amount of times. I know some of it's him holding on the ball, but the line was not good. Like, it's just.
Is that their only addition to the offensive line, or they add anybody else?
They picked up Jake Conklin, the guard from Tennessee. He's a big-time free
agent
pickup.
Yeah.
Like 25. Okay. He was ranked number 8 on Pro Football Focus. Like, the guy's a mauler.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry ran behind him every time to the right. So
making some moves.
I'm big on Nick Chubb. Like, you know why? Because their new coach, Stefanski, where'd he come from? Minnesota. OC. They run the ball. And they added Hooper, Austin Hooper. You're going to see a lot of 2 tight end sets. Him and Njoku. Like, they're going to be on the field a lot.
So you got Hooper and Njoku. You still got Landry there. I mean, Odell Beckham's still there. I mean, I just don't see them moving them. Like, I think they're going to roll with them. And then you got Chubb. Like, you don't think Kareem Hunt is affecting Nick Chubb's value?
I mean, it might to an extent, but I just think Nick Chubb's going to get close to 20 carries every game.
Yeah.
I think out the backfield, Kareem Hunt's going to catch some balls, but...
It just makes me weary. Like, I know where the hype's at, like, as far as Chubb, but, like, Kareem Hunt being there for me is just one of those... Man, like, at the end of the year last year when Hunt came back, like, Chubb's production went down not because he got less carries. His production went down because he got less catches out of the backfield.
Yeah, he got.
And so his ceiling really, like, to me, isn't what, like, Dalvin Cook. You want to just be like, Stefanski comes over, insert Nick Chubb, Dalvin Cook, like, Chubb's going to be top 5. And it's like, to me, I think Hunt's going to get a lot of those catches still. I think Hunt's going to be kind of a thorn in Chubb owners' sides all year.
Yeah, I could see that, but I'm just banking that the offense is going to be a lot better than last year. Like, I think Nick Chubb is going to score more touchdowns. Like, I think he's getting them goal line carries.
It's definitely a valid point because boosting the offensive line is definitely the first step in the right direction. Like, that offensive line was terrible. So, it sounds like they've really got that going, and now they've got the pieces. You got Hooper. Hooper's nice.
He is. And I still liked Njoku, too. Like, I know he got hurt, but...
So who are you targeting out of that offense? Like, are you targeting anybody, or are you just...
man. That's the thing, like...
Because Stefanski's run-heavy.
So he's so run-heavy. And
so it's like, who do you really want out of all those wide receiver options? Like, probably Jarvis Landry, in my opinion, is probably the only one. Like, he's kind of like the Thielen of that offense. Like, I look when you're coming over. Like, Diggs would have his games. Like, Odell's probably going to have his games. And then I just don't see, like, really the tight end being utilized too much.
Yeah. I mean, that's just a Cleveland thing to do, though. Like, they paid Austin Hooper a fat deal. Like, it was I can't remember the details, but it was a significant amount of money. So, like...
I think it's more of a testament of what they think of Njoku. Like...
Yeah, he was like a first-round pick.
He gets hurt a lot, though, it seems like.
He does, so I'm just like... I guess Austin Hooper, he should have a big year. Like, a decent year. For tight end, he should be close to top 6, 7.
So, honestly, like, I would say in the offseason, what's changed from Cleveland from last year to this year is really the offensive line.
Offensive line.
New offensive coordinator.
I think it's a big culture change. Like, nobody respected what's his face. What was the coach's name last year?
Jones's dad.
Yeah. I mean, he had to go. Like, I think it's a fresh start, clean slate. It's a big year for Baker Mayfield. Like, he has no excuses this year.
Yeah. I mean, I think, like, there was a lot of hype behind that Cleveland offense last year.
There's a ton of hype.
So it was just bound to just disappoint, in my opinion. I was fading Browns for the most part. Like, fading Baker. He was going top 5. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, he was going
He'd
high.
never even been top 5, and everyone was just, like, drafting him top 5. Like, no. Fading that. So that is like a bounce back candidate. Like, all this hype around that offense, and then they kind of fall flat. And so this is kind of the year to kind of like scoop in and get value. Like, everyone's kind of going to be, Odell's probably going to go in like the 3rd round, you know, and like instead of being a 1st round pick, he's a 3rd round pick. So it's kind of like a little more worth it. But it is an interesting offense going into the draft next year.
Yeah, they have a lot of weapons, so we'll see what happens. But all right, the Bengals.
I'm excited for the Bengals.
I like what the Bengals did, honestly. I mean, we know who went number 1 overall, Joe Burrow. Interested in what you think about him.
I'm a big Joe Burrow believer. I like his swag. I like his confidence. Like, and I like his story. You know, like that's kind of like for me when it comes to NFL players. I'm looking for the guy that's kind of got that chip on his shoulder, like something to prove. And it's like he came from Ohio State, transferred. And you just listen to his Heisman speech and, like, just how emotional he got, like, the coach believing in him, like, taking the keys to, like, a really good program, you know, and him just, like, bringing in a transfer that he didn't even recruit and just, like, believes in him, like. So I'm excited. He had a lot of good weapons there at LSU, but on tape, like, it's just – that's special, I think. I think he's special.
He just had, like, the best college football season ever out of any quarterback. Like, 60 touchdowns, 6 interceptions.
Ridiculous.
Like over 5,200 yards. It was crazy. It's just the only thing I'm always weary about is when he just has one good year. Because his junior year at LSU, you wouldn't recognize the guy. Like, it wasn't his first year at LSU. Like, he started his junior year, his stats were pedestrian. And he's already 23 years old. He's older than Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
I mean, he could be a late bloomer. I like what I saw. It's just, and I know Ohio State's stacked. Like, he was sitting behind some good players. But I don't know if I see, like, perennial all-pro, though.
I see it. Like, I just, to me, he in interviews that he does, like, I watch interviews of players. Like, that's kind of, I try to get, like, a judgment of their character. And in his interviews, he literally was, like, asked about it. And he was pretty much like, honestly, I was not good. Like, he was like, and so the guy was like, what's the difference between, like, when you're at Ohio State and then at LSU? And he goes, I worked my butt off. Like, I wasn't good. I realized I wasn't as good as I needed to be. And so I worked hard to be better. And he's like, and now I'm in the NFL and I'm just going to work hard. Like, I got to work hard to be the best. And to me, that's what I want to hear from a quarterback. Like, when we get to the AFC West, we'll talk about Justin Herbert. Like, and that's kind of the difference in my opinion. Like, Justin Herbert's got all this arm talent, all this, all that, but like, he didn't even want to leave the college last year. He didn't want to enter the NFL when he could. He was going to be a top 5 pick, and he decided to go back. And to me, that's just like a lack of love for the game. Like, I think Joe Burrow loves the game, loves to prepare. Like, and then he's got the arm. He throws an accurate ball.
He does throw an accurate ball. I'm just worried about the organization's just terrible.
What the hell happened to your arm?
Got a bruise. It ran into a railing. Yeah. Long story.
What happened? Let's hear the story.
Had a few too many drinks.
Oh, God.
Hit a railing. It's just a long story. It's a gnarly looking bruise.
Sorry, I couldn't even help it.
But, yeah. I don't know. I can see Pro Bowler. I don't know if I'm ready to go to like all pro on Joe Burrow. What? He's a wait and see guy. I love the weapons he has though. Like,
I'm saying it now. Joe Burrow, stud.
Better than Daniel
Jones?
Put it
on the board.
Better than Danny Dimes?
Yeah, better than Daniel Jones.
Okay, I don't know. You were all in on Danny Dimes.
I love me some Danny Dimes last year though.
But they actually drafted him on weapon. T. Higgins, round 2, Clemson
T.
receiver.
Higgins is nice.
T. Higgins is nice. 6'4", 216 pounds. Like,
he goes up and gets the ball.
That's exactly what I put. He high points the ball.
Yep.
Probably almost better than any receiver in this draft. Like,
He's
the guy just gets it. And I love seeing that. And what a lot of people don't know, their first-round pick last year didn't play a snap. Tackle Jonah Williams from Alabama.
Hurt in preseason. Yep.
Like, so you're getting like 2 first-round picks.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy's...
And didn't they sign somebody? I thought they signed a guard or something. I don't know.
They might have, but I know...
Offensive line's going to be better.
The lines... I mean, the receiving core is nasty, though. If A.J. Green stays on.
T. Higgins,
Tyler Boyd, and John Ross, like...
They got weapons. Joe Mixon out of the backfield.
Joe Mixon's nice.
And Zach Taylor's like an offensive-minded coach. I'm excited for that Bengals offense. I think that's one of the offenses I'm kind of targeting, like late round. Like, I think there's a lot of value to be had in that offense. Like, Joe Burrow is going to be like a late round flyer quarterback you can draft as your second Q. Like, you don't have to draft him as your starter. Second guy that kind of brews on the bench. Like, you got T. Higgins, who I think could be like, wide receivers first year in the league don't really produce that much, but like, I just think he's going to be a red zone threat. And so I think he's got touchdown upside. I mean, you got A.J. Green, who you can probably scoop for good value. Joe Mixon's probably going to be a second-round pick that could end up paying off because he's going to be in better offense than he was any year. So
I love me some Joe Mixon.
If he doesn't hold out. He's trying to get a contract right now.
I don't blame him. Every yard he's gained the last 2 years has been hard-earned. Like, the guy is a stud.
He's rushed for 1,000 yards the last 2 seasons on abysmal offenses.
Yeah, like, terrible offenses. And I agree with you. I think there is value in that offense, though. The receivers, like, if A.J. Green just stays healthy, I love his value. I believe in A.J. Green when he's healthy.
Any, like, coaching changes that you saw? Not really. Same coaching staff.
I mean,
you gotta like the continuity.
He's only had a year there, and I mean, the Bengals were just a dumpster fire last year, so I'm not gonna hold that against him. But yeah, the last one, Steelers, and it all just comes down to, honestly, like, Big Ben just coming back. Juju killed people last year.
He sucked though.
Oh,
Juju was terrible.
I said that. I was fading Juju.
Yeah.
I didn't draft him.
I thought Juju was good though, and he was not good.
I think it's a big adjustment.
Wasn't getting open.
Well, he played majority of the time in the slot with Antonio Brown. You go out wide, it's a different ball game.
Yeah.
And I try to tell your boy Packard, you're playing number 1 corners week in, week out. Like, you're not getting some chump. Like, I don't know. You just gotta produce.
So do they have any changes on the coaching staff?
No, they didn't.
No changes.
They added Chase Claypool. He's a monster, 6'4".
What's he?
Receiver. Ran 4.42 from Notre Dame. I'm a Notre Dame fan, so I watched a lot of his games. Guy can fly for his size. Big body. Second round pick. They didn't have a first round pick.
Okay.
So they got him and Eric Ebron. They signed him.
Took him in the second.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big. So they'll have him, Deontay Johnson.
Yeah.
Juju. I like Deontay Johnson though.
Yeah, they were talking about moving Juju back to the slot.
Well, yeah, that's probably why they went and got that guy in the second, because they're like, Deontay Johnson's an outside receiver. Like, he's a good route runner. He gets open. Like, when you watch him on tape last year, like, the guy's just wide open because he's just a technician, man. Like, he's not super fast. He runs like a 4.5, but
Mason Rudolph couldn't get him the ball.
Yeah. Well,
he's still on the roster, by the way, Mason Rudolph. But
is he alive?
I guess they're rolling with him to be a backup still, but I actually don't mind the Eric Ebron signing too. Like, Vance McDonald.
Big Ben throws a softball.
Vance McDonald just falls on his face every year.
Yeah.
He just doesn't produce. I'm just like,
I'm not a huge Ebron believer, but
that was like 2 years, $12 million.
But like when he had Andrew Luck, he actually caught the ball.
Yeah.
Who was his quarterback where he couldn't catch anything, dude?
In Detroit?
Oh, yeah, Stafford.
Yeah, they just spent a first-round pick on the guy. The guy was just dropping passes.
Well, he just doesn't have good hands, so it's like the quarterback kind of needs to throw that softball.
Yeah.
So, Stafford. Like, Andrew Luck was a good guy for him, and then I think Big Ben throws kind of a softball. So, could be a good match there. Definitely interested in some Eric Ebron because Big Ben does utilize his tight end a lot.
He does, and I think Ebron's just way more talented than Vance McDonald, honestly. Just running, he's just faster. He's just going to create more separation. Like I just think
who's their running back?
Connor.
They still have James Conner.
Yeah,
and
I think they drafted another one.
Benny Snell.
Yeah, and Jalen Samuel.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm not a James Conner believer. I'm just not.
So who are you targeting? Anybody in drafts?
Honestly, it just depends how far he falls. I'll still take Juju, but I'm not overdrafting him for him.
Like, what's overdrafting, do you think?
Like, I'm not taking him
third round? It'll have to be later than third round?
Third round, like into the third round's like the latest I'd consider it. I'm not taking him first 2 rounds.
Yeah, for me, I'm kind of... Like, I think Ebron's a good late round tight end to target out of that offense. I probably wouldn't want Big Ben. What happened with their offensive line?
Good question. I didn't really even look into that. But I don't know. They just. I just hope. Like I could see Big Ben coming back well. I could also see him falling off a cliff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not sold on that offense. I don't know how many players players will have to drop to me to really take anybody from that offense. Not really too excited about it, to be honest.
I'm more excited about the Bengals offense, honestly, than the Steelers.
100%, because you're getting a young quarterback in the Bengals.
Yeah, and I think there's also going to be the Bengals. They'll be behind, but I think there's going to be a lot of garbage time point upside there.
True.
Like, they're going to throw the ball.
True. I agree. Well, that should wrap up the AFC North for you guys. The next episode will be on the AFC West. Probably be posted a couple days later, but thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this podcast, just hit the like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, help support the channel.